This guy possessed the most mind-breaking abilities of all time. Of course, I'm talking about Pucci, the only priest who touched heaven instead of underage kids. Made in heaven being this ultimate power to accelerate time itself, surpassing the constraints of the universe and making it go so fast that the human brain cannot even process what in the goddamn world is happening, eventually reaching to a point where the history of the entire universe quite literally starts to repeat itself. But what's the goal of doing all of this? Well, the goal was to reach heaven, the definition of heaven in his own twisted way being all of humanity's realization of the future. Not prediction, but realization. As the universe has repeated its cycle, all the information of what has happened and what will happen is stored within the human soul. And now that everybody knows what will happen to them, they can be at ease. But how does that work? How can a person be at ease or be peaceful when he knows that his future holds pain and suffering? Well, this concept revolves around knowing your future, coming to terms with your destiny and accepting the fate of whatever is to come. Fate being something that you can never overcome, something that is always 2 steps ahead of you, something that dictates any and every action you will or will not take, something far beyond our existence, let alone beyond our control. This way you can finally be at peace when you've understood that nothing can be done to change your future and everything is out of your control.
If you're watching this video, that means I didn't make it. Love you all, but I'm playing golf. It's the last thing I'm gonna do.
One of the prime examples of this is the Hawaiian Missile Emergency Alert. One Saturday morning, all the residents of Hawaii received a rather bizarre notification. A deadly missile is heading their way, and there is nothing they can do about it.
For about 45 minutes, a lot of people believed this is the end.
You would expect people to start running around committing heinous crimes, as cruelty is in our very nature itself. However,
so many people were just kind of at peace.
The actor Jim Carrey was also in Hawaii at that very moment.
I started going, okay, well, what can I do with this last moment of time? And I just decided to go through a list of gratitudes. And honest to God, I could not stop thinking of wonderful things that have happened to me. And all I was planning to do was close my eyes and be thankful, because it's been a good ride.
A lot of people just accepted their fate. In a weird sense, they were finally free. Free from the shackles of uncertainty and on their way to embrace their destiny that was imbued in their very soul. Or that's what I'd like to say, because the way Pucci went about it was stupid. To understand what I mean, first you need to know what the butterfly effect means. Imagine a small domino falling onto the other domino, and with each domino falling, there is a chain of cause and effect, which in the end will result in the fall of the last remaining domino. This is called the domino effect. An example of the butterfly effect would be you pushing all the dominoes later down the line resulted in your wife's miscarriage. You cannot explain how it happened, but it happened, and it happened well within the realm of rationality. Trust me, I'm getting to the point of how this gay priest causing Big Bang is stupid.
Made in heaven!
Imagine that the universe has cycled. An event is about to happen. People know about the event. People know what will happen next. Now, because people know what will happen next, they will act differently. And essentially, even if one person acted a bit different than what he is supposed to act like according to the original timeline, the future will be altered. And keeping the butterfly effect in mind, not only his, but everybody's future will be different. Thus nullifying Pucci's idea of peace of mind, because the uncertainty of the future is back. In the anime, the guard realized that he will fall while running, and ideally the very fact that he waited for a single second to even think about it should lead to a change in all of the future events of everyone. Yet the guard fell anyways, because according to Pucci, you cannot change fate. What is supposed to happen will happen. Another example of this is Emporio. At a certain point of time, he had to be in a specific place, and by hook or by crook, he ended up at exactly that place at that time. But my problem with this logic is that it's just too convenient, especially when it's the combination and permutation of 8 billion humans' intersecting destinies. It's impossible for everybody's future to remain exactly the same. I know you can argue that you cannot escape fate and what is supposed to happen will happen, but my question is how? Like, how about a woman that conceived a child in the original timeline but refused to have sex in the new one? What, is she gonna accidentally trip on a dick and get pregnant? What about a person who changed their gender in the previous timeline and decides not to do so in this one? Huh? It's too convenient for it to be called fate and just leave it at that. Practically, it's impossible. I'm sorry this video isn't the usual haha funny weird men.